Recently, I've been doing something that I haven't really done very often, especially since getting out of college. Hanging out with people. Through numerous awkward silences and just abrupt endings of conversations, I've noticed I'm just really boring. And being the reflective person I am, I realized that a lot of that has to do with the fact that I'm a poor conversationalist, and that in college, I was so busy and tired most of the time that I was unable to continue pursuing the hobbies and passions that I had coming into college. But I think another big part of that is that since graduating, all I've really done is work. And I don't mean to complain because, I love what I do and I'm honestly not even working that many hours yet. And a lot of my friends don't have jobs, and so I realize that I'm really lucky for the opportunities that have run up to me. But I realized that I've kind of fallen into the same trap that a lot of other postgrads do right out of college. Senior year of college is a lot of answering the question, what am I going to do next? And for a lot of people, myself included, we feel like so much pressure to kind of move on to the next stage of life and working that we kind of forget that next stage of life could definitely just be doing nothing. And no matter how many times we're told it's okay to rest and to focus on ourselves after, however many years of education, to us we're thinking we just spent the whole last 6 months not doing anything and that's enough rest for us. Like we've been resting too long. But in reality, we've been spending that whole time applying for jobs, or applying to schools, or trying to figure out what the heck we want to do with our lives, that we stress ourselves out so much and then we're putting ourselves out in such a poor mental state that we end up more emotionally unstable than we were when we were actually in school. Take myself for example, typical pre-med kid, right? For after graduation, I'm thinking, okay, I have 1 month till the MCAT, so I'm gonna spend all the time studying. And then MCAT comes, I finish that, and my lease is almost up, so I have to find a new place to live. But then I also have to find a job that can support my living situation. And then before I know it, it's 7 months after graduation and I'm living at home with a job, but I'm so burnt out that I'm questioning, do I really want to do med because I want to do this? Or am I doing this because my parents have told me to do this for so long, I just don't know what else to do? And again, I don't want to make it sound like postgrad life sucks because, the theme of all my videos, right? It's not bad, it's just different. Like I would much rather do what I'm doing now than failing to get good grades or doing a group project or like whatever else I did in classes. And as good as it felt to get a good grade on a test, there's a totally different sense of satisfaction knowing that you're contributing to a team or to a company, or like knowing that you did a really good job on your job or anything like that. And especially for myself, from a faith standpoint, it feels really good knowing that I'm taking these steps on this path that God has laid out for me, and that I'm moving in the right direction towards a plan that for myself that's way better than anything I could even possibly imagine for myself. But at the same time, with all the things I did in school and all the extracurriculars I did in school, I felt incredibly tired, but I don't think I ever felt burnt out, if that makes sense. Like there were plenty of times where I would wake up after a nap or something and I would think, oh, I really don't want to go to this Bible study, or I really don't want to go to this officer team meeting or anything like that. But I went because I knew, one, I really loved the people there, and two, I knew that afterwards I would just feel a lot better about myself and ready to tackle on whatever else I needed to do that day. With my job, it's like I wake up from a nap and I think, oh, I really don't want to go to work today. But I go, even though I love the people there, I go more out of obligation than anything else. And when I come back home, I'm not feeling any better, I'm just feeling super tired. And because I'm so burnt out after work, I totally skip out on doing stuff like reading my Bible or messaging huge Facebook group chats or just spending like quality time alone. Things that helped me recharge when I was super tired in college. And so you combine all the circumstances and you get to where I am now, where I'm relatively working less, but I'm more tired. And I'm doing these things for self-care, but they're feeling more routine than they are rejuvenating. And maybe this is a sign that this isn't the right path for me, right? Maybe I should be doing something else. But realistically, this is all I got right now, so I don't really have a choice but just keep on going through it until something else comes along. And maybe my story is a little specific because I know tons of people who are really burnt out during college and who are really, thriving now, and a lot of people who are really burnt out during college but are just really even more burnt out now. But I think regardless of where you're at, I think it's really important to know that burnout and stress doesn't stop once you graduate. But internalizing that and not talking to anyone about that isn't going to make it any better. It's honestly going to make it a lot worse. I guess that leads to my advice for today. if you're like me and typical things that you've been doing for self-care haven't really been working, or you just don't really have time to make yourself feel better, but you're just super burnt out, I think one, try something new. Try and rejuvenate yourself. It doesn't necessarily mean sleeping, but just do something that makes you feel better. And two, community is key. Even super introverted people need someone to talk to. And obviously you're not alone. Like, there are tons of people you can talk to about this. Surround yourself with people who have a lot of different backgrounds and histories and stories and viewpoints, and even people who you wouldn't necessarily talk to, because sometimes actively trying to solve your problems isn't going to do anything, but just talking about them and getting a different perspective on them is going to help a lot. And one of the reasons why I made a video on this topic in particular, aside from just me realizing how boring I am, is that I've actually met a lot of people who are graduating college this year who are coming to me saying that they're scared and they don't know if they're ready for life after college. And so if you're in that boat, my big piece of advice for you is to not focus on the big picture. Focus on the now. God is never going to reveal to you the entirety of your life's journey. If He did, there'd be no point in you growing up or you just being alive in general. What He's going to do is lead you to green pastures to make sure that you have the opportunity to rest and rely on Him, and then have enough energy to move on to the next stages in life. It's your responsibility to accept the resources and opportunities that He gives you, so you can confidently follow the path that He's down for you and courageously overcome the obstacles that is going to be on that path. And even if you're not religious at all, this still applies to you. Like, you're never going to know moving forward everything that's going to happen to you, and so there's no point in worrying about that. You're not even going to be able to make it in those further stages in life if you can't make sure that you can get over what you're going through now. I know keep calm and trust in God is a lot easier said than done, but from someone who's been through this before and who's going through this now, you can trust me when I say just relaxing is a lot easier than trying to force your way through this by yourself. I hope that watching this video was able to help, even if it's just a little, and that after watching this, we're able to talk and that you're able to open up a lot more. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.